Hello everybody, welcome back. As promised, I said that I was going to build and design a little board for my Inquisitor to test these 2168 RAMs. They're the same pinout and everything as the RAM that are used in Gauntlet, the 8168. The address pins might be different, but they're still address pins, so it doesn't really matter. And the data pins are the data pins, so it doesn't matter what they're labeled. So yeah, these 2168s are 4K by 4 RAM chips, and you need 2 of them to make up 4K by 8, right? So a 6264 is an 8K by 8 RAM, which you can test in the Inquisitor. So you'll just use that test to test these 4K by 8s. I designed this little board right here. Low nibble, high nibble. It says 6264 to MB8168 or 2168, whatever. And use the 6264 test. I have purchased 2 20-pin. These are 20-pin chips, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, they are. Okay. Phew, I thought they were 18 for a minute. I bought 2 20-pin 0 insertion force sockets. 2 of those. Solder those into there. Hopefully there's room for them. Boy, that might be a mess, huh? I don't know if there's room for those both. I'll have to look at that. After this thing gets done doing its test, the Wells Gardner V1000 monitor, I repaired that monitor. It had it needed the chassis caps. One of the caps inside of the can was actually open, so I just disconnected the leads to the can and put a couple terminal strips on the bottom of the chassis and mounted new capacitors. There was damage to the video board. Some of the foil was broken on the bottom of it. So I got it all cleaned up, fixed up. Put a new mount for the horizontal width coil. It was just kind of dangling, so I kind of rigged up something for that and cleaned it up. Put new heatsink paste and insulators underneath the 2 transistors on the case. And it works perfect. Works great. The video board was already capped, so I didn't have to mess with the caps. It just didn't have any, it did not have vertical deflection at all. Just had a line. It was about an inch of a line across. And the foil was damaged where somebody pushed down on that heatsink, the black heatsink. Somebody pushed down on that, and that has vertical output transistors mounted to it. And it damaged and broke the foil on the bottom of the board. I just had to repair that. Yeah. This is my board I use for testing black and white monitors. But after this is done running for a few hours, I'm going to put this thing together and give it a shot. I got to see, hopefully those will both fit on here. I don't know if these will both fit on here. I need to look at that. That might be a complete oversight. I think it is, but we'll take a look. Well, yeah, they barely fit. So to solder the 28-pin headers in, I'm just going to have to solder them basically flush to the top side of the board, which is not a big deal. Yeah, a little bit of an oversight, but it'll work. It will work. And maybe before I release this, I'll redesign the board. I'll make it a little bit wider, a little bit longer. But this is proof of concept. It'll be the same circuit, which is really simple. It's a simple circuit. It's just combining two data outputs into one is all it is. Taking the pin out of the 6264 and lining up the data bits. One of these provides the top 4 data bits of the 6264, and the bottom one provides the bottom 4 bits. So you have low nibble, high nibble. Yep, this will just be proof of concept. This will be mine, actually. And then before... oh, shit. Sorry, excuse me. Before I release this thing, I will... I'll redesign the board, make it a little bit better, fit a little bit better. All right. Let me make sure I didn't break nothing. All right, here it is. I got the adapter put together, and it's in the Inquisitor. I've got it on 6264 test. Now, this is an 8K test. This is a 4K part. So, it's not perfect, but you put 2 of them in, and it will run through, and it'll give you all good until it gets to the very last test. And I imagine that's starting to test the upper bits of the RAM or whatever, and it'll fail. But it goes through the lower 4, I think. See? Watch. It goes through good. So I think if it gives you 16 good, the RAMs are good. That's the way I'm going to take it. Because, I mean, it's not perfect because these are not 8K by 8 parts. Or 8K by 4. They're 4K by 8. Or 4K by 4. So, I think when you run this, you just look for 16 good, and then the last one will flash bad. Yeah. See, if I remove one of these, it'll be all bad. See that? So that tells me that the one is bad, right? And put this one over here. And bad. Yep, all bad. And then this will give you the 16 passes. So as long as you get 16 good passes, it means both of these are good. That's the way I'm going to take it. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to redesign this board a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, just slightly, not much. And then I'll have it up on my Patreon page. I'll upload it up there. So that's how it will work. It'll come out bad, but you just look for 16 good tests, and then the last one will flash bad because this is not an 8K part. So yeah, pretty cool though. Now I can actually test these. All right. Thanks, guys. See you on the next Classic Arcade Repair. Bye for now.